So my birthday was a week and a half ago, and it was so lovely. Thank you to everybody that sent me messages on Twitter or Instagram giving me birthday wishes. It was just a really, really wonderful day, and it's been a wonderful week. Just everybody's shown me such love, so many wonderful, loving things, and everyone's been so generous and kind, and it's been so overwhelming, and just thank you to everybody. It's been really great. I've been spending a lot of time with family and friends recently, so I haven't been filming as much. Sorry about that, but I'll definitely get back into it. For my birthday, I went to the Strand bookstore. They say that there's like 18 miles of books there. Don't know how you calculate that, but it's such a nice new and used bookstore in the city. There's 3 floors. I maneuver my way around them like it's nobody's business, and I got to spend hours there, and it was so great. I also got free ice cream at Madison Square Park because there was free ice cream for Briar's 150th anniversary. That was also really nice. But I'm just gonna show you my books because I'm really excited about them. Some of them are new, some of them are used. There's just a huge variety. First one I have here is Octopus Pie. I love Octopus Pie comics. If you haven't heard of them, it's sort of a mix between the show Broad City and also the comic book Giant Days. Just very revolved around girls and girl life, and just it's really fun and lighthearted and funny, and I love the characters so much. So really excited that I have a new one of these. I picked up Little Green Men by Christopher Buckley. He also wrote Thank You for Smoking. Thank You for Smoking is about the advertising side and promoting cigarettes, which is something that you don't usually hear about. There was also a movie about it, I think. This is about the government promoting aliens and alien abduction, and it's just supposed to be a satire on government agencies, and it's supposed to be slightly science fiction-y, but mostly I think it's just supposed to be mostly a satire on government. And this was written in 1999, so quite a while away, but I think it'll still be very relevant to today, right now, at this very moment, and it should be really funny, and I'm hoping I enjoy it. I have Isaac Asimov's books 1 and 2 of his Lucky Star series. He's supposed to be like one of the main guys for modern day science fiction. I believe he was the start to the I, Robot series. He wrote a short story that I read in my science fiction course, and that developed into that entire movie series and all that. I'm not sure what these are about. I just wanted to read more of his work since I had only read his short fiction, so this should be really exciting. Albert Camus wrote my favorite book of all time, The Stranger. Albert Camus is lovely. I'm not sure if I'll like this translation because I've only read Stuart Gilbert's translation, which I really loved. I've tried others, not so great. I guess could be great for you, but just not, in my opinion, my favorite translation. I only really like Stuart Gilbert's. Hopefully this will be good too, though. I haven't read many of his essays, so this should be really interesting. I picked up Stephen King's The Stand because if there's any cheap Stephen King, I always try and pick it up because I really like his work. This one's a big hefty one, and I have quite a few of those, so it's gonna be really good come fall time. I have a lot of really nice bulky horror like novels right now that I could get into, so I'm really looking forward to that. This one I had never heard of either, and I think that's like the main benefit of just going to the Strand is I wasn't looking for anything in particular. There was nothing that I intended to get while I was there. I just went to look at books and buy books. That was my only intention, and that's the reason that you should go to physical bookstores, I think. But this one's called The 100-Year-Old Man Who Climbed Out the Window and Disappeared by Jonas Jonasson. This is about a 100-year-old man. It's his birthday. He's upstairs. There's a party downstairs for him. He does not want to be at the party, so he climbs out and onto his balcony, and off he goes onto an adventure. I'm probably gonna read this one really soon. This one, please excuse me if I'm pronouncing it wrong, and please let me know if I am pronouncing it wrong, but it's The Tao of Pooh and the Tay or the Day of Piglet. This one has to do with Taoism, and it talks about the stories of Winnie the Pooh and Piglet and how those children's stories can be compared much so to Taoism. And I learned somewhat about Taoism in my philosophy course last semester, but it seemed very foreign to me and just so interesting, and I want to learn more about it, but it was hard for me to grasp everything. So I'm hoping this will really help me since they are very well-known children's books, and this should really explain to me thoroughly how these two sort of compare to that. It even has some of the original drawings in it, which is super nice, and I'm just really looking forward to it. I think these are so beautiful, and I love the box set that it came in a lot. Probably one of my favorite purchases. Another one of my favorite purchases was this book on the history of Japanese tea. It's so beautiful. It really just talks about the history, and it talks about different ceremonies that were had. I can like hear the spine cracking. I've been really getting into coffee history lately because of my coffee master learning and everything for Starbucks, and I've been really enjoying that. But there's a 3-to-1 ratio where there is way more tea drinkers in the world than coffee, so I'm really interested in learning about the history of this as well. Another book that I picked up is The Most Good You Can Do by Peter Singer. I recently picked up Animal Liberation, which you guys saw, and Peter Singer is basically like a massive mascot for the animal liberation movement. He's the one that started that entire revolution, and this is a book that talks about altruism and basically what you can do for society and how much is enough. And that's something that I was talking about in my most recent video in my book review about eating animals, and I was just very downtrodden and being like, how much can I do, like this one person, like how much can I do for the world, and how much pressure you sometimes feel for doing right in the world to help others, I suppose. I'm really hoping that this will help me out with that. The last sentence in the summary says, Singer offers provocative guidelines for living a full ethical life, choosing a career and lifestyle, and calculating which charitable gifts will do the most good. So this seems like it'll help me out a lot, and I'm really looking forward to it. The last book that I got, I'm so super excited about. It's just really beautiful, and I'll be really happy to have it in my collection. It's The Stranger by Albert Camus, but it is a graphic novel edition, and it's so gorgeous, and I'm so happy to have this story in this form. Like I said, sometimes I'm really nervous about the translation of his novels because I really like Stuart Gilbert's edition, and I haven't liked other translations in the past. But with this form, you don't really have to worry about translation as much because you have these beautiful images. Let's see. These like really gorgeous images. And these are what's really telling this story. And then you have bits of dialogue in between, but the effect of the images is really going to work in such a wonderful way for this story. And I'm just, I love it. I love it so much. So that's what I picked up. I was so excited about it. So that's what I picked up. Like I said, it was such a good day. A few days later I picked up You Know Me Well by Nina LaCour and David Levithan, mainly because I love Nina LaCour's writing and it's her newest release, and I know David Levithan has co-written books in the past that I've enjoyed, so looking forward to this. Now that birthday celebrations and everything are out of the way, hopefully I'll be filming more regularly now, so that's really exciting. And on Thursday I'm going to be having a live show on this channel with Ashley. I'll link down below her channel. But we did #read Norwood all throughout June, and we both read Norwegian Wood along with whoever of you guys decided to participate. Thank you guys so much for participating, whoever did. The live show will be at 8 p.m. on this channel, so please feel free to join. And even if you didn't read it, there'll probably be a little bit of a spoiler section, but after that it'll mostly be bookish discussion about books and things. So please join if you'd like to join, and I hope you guys are having a great day and a great week, and I will see you soon. Bye!